I love this episode title. Can you just hear Al Green singing right now? Love and happiness. I know I can. I love me some love. Love Jones and all. Me and love got a thing going on. Just the word itself makes me feel all the feels on the inside. When you have it, it's wonderful. And not to have it is not so great. But let me remind you, you are never without love. When it comes to chasing your dreams, some think you have to choose between your career or life's mission and your relationships. I'm dispelling that notion and also sharing some of my best tips to spark, rekindle, and keep that love growing as we encourage over our love and relationships. Find out the tea you need in this episode to make it happen. The time is going to pass regardless. Your dreams will come true, but the ETA is tentative. Be intentional with the relationships that mean the most to you by investing your tea in them. You don't have to make a choice between the people you love and your dreams. You can have them both. It's just going to take some planning. Your calendar doesn't just have to be filled up with everyone else's agenda. There is room on your calendar for you, your self-care, and the people you love, as well as your dreams. In the midst of doing all the things, you can do all things and chase your dreams. Stay encouraged as we go on this journey called life, tackling everything that comes our way while we shine our light despite any circumstances we face. No more downplaying or dimming your light, because through the good, the bad, and everything in between, together we can encourage over everything. I love this episode title. Can you just hear Al Green singing right now? Love and happiness. I know I can. I love me some love. Love Jones and all. Me and love got a thing going on. Just the word itself makes me feel all the feels on the inside. When you have it, it's wonderful. And not to have it is not so great. But let me remind you, you are never without love. When it comes to chasing your dreams, some think you have to choose between your career or life's mission and your relationships. I'm dispelling that notion and also sharing some of my best tips to spark, rekindle, and keep that love growing as we encourage over our love and relationships. Find out the tea you need in this episode to make it happen. First and foremost, you are love. At your core, the true basis of who you are is love. This is one of those absolutes that always keeps me grounded. On a spiritual level, of course, God is love. And since God lives in you and me, we are love. And of course, in respect to all spirituality, go ahead and feel free to insert your own spiritual belief on love. But anytime I'm feeling anything except love for a person, place, or thing, I know I must be disconnected from love. Love can seem abstract or out of reach when you think you don't have it. When I was single for what I felt like forever, and I mean forever, ever, felt like there was an absence of love in my life. And it may sound cheesy, but Hallmark movies changed me. A few years back during the holiday season, you couldn't keep me off the Hallmark Channel. You can ask my daughter, because she always makes fun of me for the way I even say Hallmark Channel in the TV remote. There's something about those holiday movies that makes me all gushy on the inside and really restored my faith in love. I just knew one day I would meet said businessman, and in my quest to save the town bakery, we'd fall madly in love. Okay, a laugh all you want, but after watching a string of housewives of You Pick the City, I needed my faith in relationships restored. They needed a reboot. You are worthy of self-care every day, not just on a Sunday. Join the email list and I'll send you all the deets in the Encourager's Insider Guide to Self-Care. Get my easy DIY tips for simple ways to make self-care a part of your daily routine, plus some bonus goodies. And if you need more help incorporating self-care into your world on the regular, I got you. You can join right on the blog or go to theshow.encourageovereverything.com/self-care freebie. You'll be on my VIP list to get encouragement and so much more sent right to your inbox. Join me on my quest to make self-care the norm because you deserve to be a priority on your own list. Those movies reminded me that I have my own village and I'm always surrounded by love. Whether I was in a relationship or not, love was always around me. Family, whether the one I was born into or those that I chose, friends, coworkers, neighbors, and all the way to my favorite waiter at my favorite restaurant, love was present, active, and very much alive in my life. Thanks to all those hours of Hallmark marathons, a loving relationship felt so much more real, and I began focusing more in on the leading men with the qualities that I loved. Call me romantical. Yes, I know it's not a word, but it's a Letty word. I was seeing possibilities that played a part in opening my heart and getting me ready for the romantic love to actually enter my life. This is also around the same time when I fell in love with myself. I mean, deeply in love with me. I had been on this healing journey for some years after my mom passed. I craved self-improvement, and working on myself was a huge priority in my life. I fell in love with personal development. The more changes I seen in me, the more changes I started to see in my relationships with my children, family, friends, coworkers, and you name it. On the road to self-discovery, I found my true self that I had never really known before up until that very moment, which was a huge deal for me because when my mom passed, I felt like a part of me died and I didn't know who I was without her. With personal development, not only did I learn exactly who I am, but I developed this deep desire to keep improving and becoming who I really wanted to be, unapologetically. And that's when my boo came into my life. And this is a love greater than I ever known to be possible. You might think to say Hallmark had a hand in it. That may sound foolish, but when you listen to the greats like Wayne Dyer, Tony Robbins, Brenda Burchard, Jenna Kutcher, and the list goes on to literally thousands of thought leaders, you'll be reminded that what you allow in your life, from the people you hang out with, the things you watch on TV, the music you listen to, the environments you're in, it's all energy. What you allow to come into your mind, your heart, your space, and surround you is what you become a product of. All the lovey-dovey stuff seen on Hallmark Channel made an impact on me. I didn't want that toxic love that is so prevalent in our media today. The cheating, the deceit, the betrayal, the not being treated right, the hurt people hurting people, the wounds not healed and instead poured on those they love like gasoline, just ready to go up in flames any second. Don't get me wrong, media serves the purpose of entertainment, but when you have something you really want, you have to be willing to put yourself in alignment with it in order to receive it. So I traded in my guilty pleasures of reality TV for the lovey-dovey Hallmark Channel and trickled into my life and actually made a deposit into the what I want well, and I couldn't be more grateful. Guard your mind, guard your heart, protect your peace, as Trent Shelton always says. Be careful what you feed yourself and let take root in your life, because if you reap a harvest you didn't want, or shoot, if you just didn't reap a harvest at all, it's time to take inventory. What are you feeding yourself? Are you treating your soil, watering and pulling the weeds from your garden? It may be time to give up some things and take better care of your soil in order to reap the beautiful, bountiful harvest that you really want. Now, as much as I think the Hallmark Channel played a part in getting the love in a relationship I really truly wanted, the bigger influence came from my own self love. I think it's just in our human nature to love other beings much easier than it is to nurture the love within ourselves. And I'm not talking about in a selfish way, but in a genuine way. Far too often, you'd opt to pick yourself apart than praise yourself for your great qualities. And as someone who's been a size nothing all the way up to a size something, mind your business, I know how easy it can be to wake up in the morning and barely want to look at yourself in the mirror because you don't even have the energy to pick at every little detail you don't like. Mel Robbins has an amazing book, The High Five Habit, and it sparked from her getting up in the morning, and despite seeing some things she didn't like, she gave herself a high five to cheer herself on. It's a great book, and I'd highly recommend it if you need a boost to your self-esteem. I love the premise of this book, which is to high five your own self. You don't have to be an athlete to get that reassurance that you got this, and especially from someone else when you can give it to yourself. Instead of looking in the mirror and picking yourself apart, this book encourages you to look lovingly at yourself and see the beauty that is you. I fell more in love with myself, and that just let in more love. If you really struggle with this, I'd love to help you. The more you fall in love with yourself, the more confidence you build. It becomes this beautiful circle. Just don't forget the self-care. I'm a huge fan of self-care and see so many who just don't do enough of this. Self-care doesn't have to be something you just do one day a week or every once in a while. It's really a lifestyle. Time should be dedicated daily to do something for yourself. Yes, even if it means go sit in your car alone for 15 minutes. Take those moments of silence or pure peace wherever you can get it. And love your body. You have this one body for your whole entire life. Do your best to take care of it. Rest when you need to. Yes, babe, sometimes you just need a nap. Drink water and stay hydrated. Eat food you love and that loves you back. Make time to do the things that make you feel like you. Self-care doesn't have to be something lavish you spend a lot of time or money on. But if you can, give just 1% of your day, which is 14 minutes. Thank you very much. Then you'll receive a return that's greater than you can even imagine. I shared a story once of a time when I entered a 30-day meditation challenge at work to get an Apple Watch. For 30 days, I had to meditate for 14 minutes each day. It was called the 1% challenge. Not only did I win, but I learned I could dedicate 1% of my day to me, not my kids, work, or all the other things. We put ourselves dead last. Push ourselves until we're running on E and wondering why things are out of whack. I was guilty of always saying, I don't have time, which was total BS because when there was an Apple Watch on the line, suddenly I had 14 minutes a day. You don't have to wait until you have an Apple Watch willing you to give yourself 14 minutes a day, or even waiting until your health is failing before deciding to turn it around. You do have time. You absolutely have 14 minutes. Dare I even push you, because I'm a coach and sometimes that's what we do, but I dare you to give yourself 15 minutes a day. You want to see your productivity increase? Make self-care a daily part of life. How can you juggle a million things? The kids, the work, the volunteering, the family, the hanging out with friends, the kids' activities, traveling, running a business, going to school, and still have the energy to do so much more? The answer is self-care. When you take care of you, you have the energy you need to get at everything you do. When you treat yourself as a priority, suddenly you're respected more by those around you, especially you. When you honor yourself, you build a better partnership with you, and then you have the ability to show up in so many amazing ways. Love yourself enough to show it within your self-care. The most important relationship you'll ever have is with you. When you invest in your relationship, you put yourself in a better position to be great in all the areas of your life that mean so much to you. It's when you're not in agreement with yourself that all else begins to suffer. Don't run yourself into the ground trying to be Superwoman. She ain't real. And even Karen White said, "I'm not your Superwoman." Ooh, I tickle myself sometimes. I'm feeling a little old school today and loving it. But you can be a super woman, get it, when you give yourself the gift of self-care on the daily. When you join the email list, you get some of my best self-care tips to incorporate into your daily life. Do it and you'll thank me later. I love chasing dreams. For a very long time, I didn't really think I could chase my dreams because I'm a single mom. How could I have time to chase my dreams and raise 2 kids? What a limiting belief that was. So often we think that we have to give up on our dreams or put them on the back burner until later in order to tend to the relationships in our life. It's like you have to pick and choose which one you want to do. Do you want to be a good parent or have a good career? Do you want to be a good husband or wife, or do you want a career? You don't have to abandon the people in your life in order to chase your dreams. You don't have to wait 22 years to wait until your kids is gone in order to chase your dreams. There is that old saying, it's lonely at the top. But I think that's only true if you didn't take care of your relationships along the way. I'm a firm believer in you make time for what's important to you, and that includes your relationships. Just like you schedule time to go to school and get that degree, work that business, write that book, volunteer, work that extra job, you can also schedule time on your calendar for your relationships. Your relationships don't have to suffer because you have dreams you want to achieve. You just have to be intentional about your relationships and make sure they're a part of your plan. Do you have a date night each week? Shoot, make it a date day. I actually love working out with my boo. I mean, who else is going to put my weights on for me with that leg press machine? You feel me? I love working on our fitness together. And when we follow it up with grabbing a salad or my favorite green passion smoothie at Panera. OMG, I love that thing. Or maybe if we just sit in the park and enjoy it. Those are some of the best date days ever. Do you have time scheduled for you and your kiddos? Not just together time as a family, but individually, like one-on-one time. Do you have a favorite activity you can do together? Even if it is just get ice cream or watch one of your favorite movies together, have lunch, or even just sit under the stars. Do you share your dreams with your kids? Are they even aware of what you're working on? Do they even know that you're doing it for them? How can they know it's okay to chase their dreams if you don't share yours with them? Do you know what their current dreams are? They change so much. Am I right? Let your kids see you living life, including going after your dreams. They get so much from you, including the courage to be themselves and go after what they really want in life. Where is your time with your friends? Brunch much lately? What about happy hour? Or check out a baseball game or some other fun event. Friends are like a mirror we can't avoid looking in. Sometimes you need to see your own reflection in them to see that you're off course, or maybe just to get that pat on the back that you need. We really, truly need our friends to help level set us sometimes and give us reason to laugh out loud or toss your head back and snort a little bit while you at it with that laugh. You know, that laugh that you toss your head back or cover your mouth because they get your humor and you get theirs. Be silly or serious together, but don't skimp on your friendships. You all need one another. Your tribe is sometimes that fuel you need to keep going, and vice versa. Sometimes it's nice to just be seen as you, not all the labels or hats you wear. Hey Encouragers, I'm super duper excited to announce the Encouragers community. As much as I love making these podcasts for you, I'm craving more connection. The Encouragers community is a monthly membership where I go live to teach and encourage over a topic once a month. We'll even have a group coaching call where we as fellow encouragers come together to support, share our collective expertise, and cheer each other on. Life isn't always easy or kind, but we can hold space for one another as we encourage over the difficult times and strive to be our best and do our best. If you enjoy being around like-minded individuals who love self-improvement, want to be around other positive people doing positive things as we unapologetically chase our dreams to be great in all areas of our life, you found your tribe. For this week only, founding members join the membership for only $25 a month. This is the lowest price it will ever be. As a founding member, you will help me create a community that we love with a sense of belonging wrapped all up in encouragement. Take advantage of this special pricing as it ends Saturday, June 11th at midnight. To lock in your rate, go to theshow.encourageovereverything.com/EOE community. Let's connect, encourage, and support one another as we encourage over everything in real life. I know life is crazy, beautiful, busy, and sometimes the demands of life can overtake our routine and we just slide into go mode. But once you come back down, connect. Here are some ways to spark, reignite, connect, or reconnect in your relationships, even while you chase your dreams. One of my favorite mentors, Brendan Burchard, says text, call, or send a voice note to 3 people every day. Check in and see how they're handling that hard thing. Say, hey, I miss you, or I love you. Tell them how much they mean to you. Give people their roses while they are still here. And if you can't do 3 people, start with 1 person every day. One of my besties is super great at sending cards for birthdays and special holidays. A blank set of cards is awesome to send out sweet little forget-me-nots. With today's technology, there are a multitude of ways to reach out and stay connected. Find and use what works best for you. Somebody in your phone needs to hear from you today. Send someone this podcast. Share more positive messages. That's personally my favorite, but I might be a little biased. Okay, so next, every week when you're setting out to plan your week, who do you need to connect with on a date, day, or night? Which relationships need some nurturing and TLC? And if you can't do it this week, what about next week? Are they even on your calendar this month? Do things each of you like or all of you enjoy, as well as try some new things together. It could be a new restaurant, a new park, or whatever you're fancy, but try new things together and make new memories together. It's not always about those religious places that we go to. Not religious places, but religiously go to the same places. It's not just about those ritual things that we habitually do together, as it is about trying new things, spice it up, see what you like and don't like. Those make for some of the greatest memories. And the last one, it might seem obvious, but keep the lines of communication open. Share what you've got going on right now. It doesn't just have to be the things that are not so great, but also your dreams. I hear this so often and I get it. You don't want to saddle people down with your problems because you don't want to burden them. But guess what? Haven't you been the one listening to your friend when they were going through things that weren't necessarily going their way in their life? Weren't you their sounding board, their voice of positivity? Well, guess what? It's the time for the tables to turn. It's their turn to listen to you and be your sounding board and positive voice. That's what happens in true friendships. It's give and take. We take turns. You're up when they're down, and they're up when you're down. It's a perfect way to pay it forward, when they've been there for you and now you can be there for them. They don't mind no more than you minded when it was your turn to be the listening board. But I also think we just don't talk that much about the great things happening in our lives. So talk with them about your dreams. Talk to those you love about your dreams. Don't keep that part of your life a secret. You get to find out who your raving fans are, who can cheer you on obnoxiously like your number one fan, the people who make you feel good about chasing your dreams. And then they start to share their dreams with you, and boom, you've cultivated this space in your relationship to not only dream together, but go after your dreams together. It feels so good to have the support of those you love to fuel you and keep you going when you want to quit, and vice versa. Because most of the time, y'all want to quit at different times. And you can keep each other going. As great as this is, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize everyone won't be your biggest hype man when it comes to chasing your dreams. There are dream killers out there. Yes, I know they exist, and they probably have a club. When you encounter them, don't hate on them. They think they're keeping you safe, but they are also showing you that they gave up on their dreams. It's usually not a reflection of you or your abilities to make your dreams come true. It's typically more of a reflection of them being scared, or maybe they somehow along the way lost their desire to go after their own dreams. Be kind to them and safely usher them to the seats up in the rafters, because you don't need that kind of negativity on your life right now. It just means that they're not ready to see your vision or hold your dreams the same way that you do. Recognize where they are, and they don't have the capacity to nurture your dreams in a way that you need. This doesn't make them a bad person. It just makes them not the person you want to share your dreams with. Protect your dreams just as much as you protect your peace. Relationships take time. That is the highest commodity you can offer and give in a relationship. You've got to give the tea, honey. Your time, effort, and energy. That means way more than anything you can buy. It's an investment that compounds your interest. The more you invest in your relationships, the more intact they will be when you achieve your dreams. Besides, who else do you want with you on the journey and when you arrive at the destination? I know sometimes that the time itself may seem like a commodity you don't have. You might even think that it'll take time away from you chasing your dreams, or take time away from investing in your relationships. But let's explore this idea. Would you care if it took an extra 6 months to achieve your dream if your marriage stayed intact, or if it was actually better than it was before? Would it be worth it to you if it took another year to achieve your dreams, if it meant you actually had a great relationship with your kids? Would it be worth it to you to have seen their games and known what their interests are, or what the little kid drama is going on right now? If it took you a couple of years to achieve your dreams and actually have all of your girls by your side, there to celebrate with you, would it be worth it to not just see your family on major holidays or only make a cameo appearance on FaceTime? The time is going to pass regardless. Your dreams will come true, but the ETA is tentative. Be intentional with the relationships that mean the most to you by investing in your tea in them. You don't have to make a choice between the people you love and your dreams. You can have them both. It's just going to take some planning. Your calendar doesn't just have to be filled up with everyone else's agenda. There is room on your calendar for you, your self-care, the people you love, as well as your dreams. Your journey to your dreams doesn't have to be a lonely one. You don't have to keep your dreams a secret from the people in your life. Love is all around you, and you don't have to abandon love or relationships while you chase your dreams. You do have time for all the people, the places, the things that are important to you. When you set the intention and action behind it, then you have the recipe for a full life without sacrificing yourself or your relationships in the process. You are the root of all of your relationships. With your self-care intact, you increase your ability to have meaningful connections with the people you love and chase your dreams. When you encourage over your relationships, you do your part to breathe life into them and inspire them to stay alive and thrive. Encourage over your love and relationships, because together we can encourage over everything. Thanks for tuning in. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Please take a moment to leave a review. All you have to do is rate by lighting me up with some stars and leave a few words. If you share this episode, let me thank you in advance for sharing positive messages, because we all know some peeps in our lives who could use an extra dose of encouragement. And I'm throwing virtual confetti right now to celebrate you for finishing this episode. I don't know about you, but I'm not ready for this to end. So if you want more, check out theshow.encourageovereverything.com for literally all things Encourage Over Everything. Stay connected and join the email list. Get that VIP treatment by being the first to know all the happenings and get encouragement sent right to your inbox. Theshow.encourageovereverything.com has everything that you're looking for, from show notes and all of the info on today's sponsors. And if you are looking to connect with other fellow encouragers, be sure to join my exclusive community at the Encourage Over Everything Facebook group. I can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. Remember, there isn't anything that we can't get through, because together we can encourage over everything.